Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, life, love, and all that other shit. I am your girl, author KeKe Chanel. When I'm not writing, I am a certified life coach as well as a podcast host. I decided to turn my podcast into not my podcast, but my blog into a podcast this year, just to go deeper in conversations and things like that. I love to talk to people of all walks of life. I love to pour into people. And this is what we're doing. We're kicking it with KeKe. Tonight, I am joined with the cast of Soul Sisters. Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Kicking It with KeKe. Thank you for stopping by and kicking it with me today.
Hello. Yes, hi.
Hello. Okay, so let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about the show. What's going on? How did it come about? I guess, Trisha, we'll start with you since you're the creator and the producer of the show.
Hey, everyone. So my name is Trisha Marie. I am a certified life coach as well. So hey, girl, hey. Also the creator and executive producer of the reality show Soul Sisters, which I'm really, really excited about because to answer your question, KeKe, it started really based off my own healing. I went through depression. I went through postpartum depression, and I know you're a mom, so you may or not be able to relate on that. And everything just hit me all at once. It was like just depression smacked me in the face in every angle. And that darkness area that I went through was like a dark time. It was like three years, I want to say I was in that dark place. And when I finally did get myself out of that dark place, I told myself I was going to make my pain my purpose. And, I was going to help other people that were going through depression, especially women, but in general, everybody, whether you were a male, female, kids, anybody that needed that guidance, the guidance that I wish I had when I was going through my depression. So I became a certified life coach. Mm-hmm. And in that process, after I became a certified life coach, my sissy, who I've kind of been, I always shared my spiritual journey with her and my gems. So she kind of watched my glow up, I would like to say. She watched my glow up from when I first, not when I first started, but in the midst of my spiritual journey. And she just watched me manifest. And, she believed in everything because she saw it with her own eyes. So my sissy Sabrina reached out to me and was like, hey, I really want to meditate. And I feel like you're the right person to help me with it. And I want to bring some ladies aboard. Would you be open to host it? So I was like, sure, let's do it. And I started to do a Zoom Monday through Friday, which I still do if anyone is interested, virtually at 8 a.m. And it just became a word of mouth where women just kept joining. And word of mouth, friends of a friend kept coming. So we had over 30 something women there. And it became a safe spot for us to really talk about what we were going through, talk about our journey through meditation, just really become sisters, right? So from that moment, I had the brilliant idea where I was like, I should host an annual retreat for just women, right? So I decided to invite 12 of the women because I couldn't invite all of the women. Just
right.
Too much. So I was like, let me invite 12 of the women. And I picked them specifically based off of the energy. I'm an empath, so I feel energy. And I really connected to them. Yes. And I was just like, you know what, their stories resonated with me. I just love how they were vulnerable, transparent, but also receptive, because to heal, you have to be ready to heal. You have to do the work. I can tell you what you need to do all day long, but if you're not ready to do it, it's not going to be effective. So their stories really inspired me. And I'm like, I really want to invite these women. I feel like they would get the most out of this. So I extended the invite, but I did not tell them, KeKe, that I was doing a reality show.
Oh, wow.
I didn't tell them until we got to the house, and it was a little surprise. I also did give them the option to be on camera, or if they didn't want to be on camera, respecting their privacy. But I was blessed to have all of them agree to be on camera to share the story, because they knew that my intention with this show is really to bring the reality back to reality TV, to inspire somebody, even if it was one person watching the show, to do some inner work or see one of their stories and be like, wow, I can relate to Kwame, I can relate to Sabrina, and really, help other people on their journey. And it was really important to have women on the show that were ready to do that, be brave enough to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to make my pain my purpose, and I'm going to help someone else on the journey. So they all agreed. And that's how Soul Sisters just began. And it's been a beautiful movement. We're currently going to be filming for season 2 in April. So if anybody you know is interested in being a Soul Sister, definitely hit me up.
Okay.
But yeah, KeKe, that's really the foundation and how it started. It's really a sisterhood of everyday women, all different shades, sizes, colors, of just coming to a house to show that we can come together. We don't have to compete. We can come together and really be there for each other and really heal. And, you know, hearing their stories help everyone around us heal. So
absolutely.
That's inspiration.
Listen, I love that. I love that it's all about me. You know, as a life coach, I love personal growth. So just hearing you about the healing, because we all need that at some point, because, you know, life is hard. Life hits us hard. And so, you know, I would like to, you know, just get some feedback from some of the ladies that were a part of this series. How did being a part of the series help you in your life?
I would say for me, it helped me a lot because first of all, I want to thank Trisha because she helped me get out a very, very, very dark place. I was suffering from anxiety and depression. I went through a hard time with my daughter's father. This typical thinking that, you know, you're going to make it work once you have a kid by them and things are going to be perfect and we're going to make this thing work. And it didn't work out. I had to walk away, but it took me a long time because growing up, I didn't have that mother and father. So I said, okay, when I have my daughter, I want to make sure that she has both parents.
Right.
But sticking, you know, trying to stick things out, trying to figure things out, trying to make it work, it didn't work for me because it was mentally draining me. And I was just like having all these like thoughts going through my head. I kept going in and out the hospital. They never like kept me, you know, in the ward or nothing like that. But it was like, keep going through anxiety. And then like, Miss Robinson, you keep coming back. What do you want us to do? And, you know, went to psychiatrist, went to go see the therapist. Okay, like put her on some medicine. And it took me a while to even get on it because I'm just like, I'm not really a medicine type of girl. I'm like, I want to figure this thing out without the meds. But it was really, really bad for me. I'm just like, I keep having these heart palpitations thinking my heart's about to come out my chest. I'm like, what is going on? My sister know. They like, Bené, what is wrong with you? Because I'm like the Turner queen. So them seeing me like that, they were just like, something ain't right with her. She got to get it together. And I finally took the medicine and I gave it a try. And once, you know, I started doing the meditation with Trisha and we went to the house and stuff like that. And when I came back after the retreat and, you know, just going through our spiritual healing and just releasing everything that I was going through, when I got back, I took myself off the medicine. Absolutely. Because I felt as though I didn't need it because I'm like, I'm going to run to this all the time. I feel like I'm going through something. I'm going to do what Trisha told us to do. You know, breathe in, inhale, exhale, go through your meditation. Whatever works for you, works for you. Right. And I felt as though that the medication is not going to be my life. And I took myself off. The doctors, of course, wasn't happy. Like, oh, you can't do that. You're going to have withdrawals. I'm like, listen, whatever, I'll deal with it. But I didn't have anything. So I would say this whole spiritual journey and this me being on the reality show with my soul sisters was an amazing experience for me. And to this day, I am in a better place. I'm not with her father. I am happy. I am living this single life with my daughter, and I am happy that I got my ass up out of there.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that you decided to take that step because that is the first thing when it comes to healing. You have to want to do it.
That's right.
No one can make you do it but yourself. So you being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm so happy that you did because you look beautiful. That smile is infectious. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, what about Brina? Let's talk to you a little bit, girl. How has being a part of this journey changed your life, you know, affected you in some way?
Well, of course, like Trish said, I reached out to her because she introduced me to meditation. She always spoke to me about just about spiritual awakening and stuff like that. Like that she was already thinking about it ahead of time before I came back to Jersey. And when she finally got her certification in being a life coach, I was just like, oh shoot, okay. So once I was ready to even enter into that area, growing up, I had the background of being a Christian, God-fearing woman, all that good stuff. Parents are from Liberia, West Africa, and I needed a elevation, if that makes sense. Like I needed something bigger and better. And not to say that the things of God ain't better, but I didn't see different results, if that makes sense. And because she introduced me to guided meditation, I was like, listen, I got some women I want to see if they're interested in, if you can help us, do this. And so it changed my life mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially, honestly. And I still do it with her every day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. And I don't know what I'll do without it. You know what I mean? It has my connection with the Lord a little different, more different now, if that makes sense. Like I take things because I feel like I'm making sure like I pray and seal it with the word. Like I'm doing things a lot more different than before. I was
You're more intentional.
Yes, more intentional. I was hostile. I was feisty. I always wanted to fight. I was drinking a lot. And I had toxic ways, and I know I can identify that I had toxic ways. I had a guy I was dealing with for years, and we're still cool, but I love him from a distance, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? I take on his problems too much, but I know he needs healing. So I pray for him, and that's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just blessed because Trish came into my life on a different level when it came to that. You know what I mean? And then to meet all the women that came out with their stories and just to hear what they were going through. And, Kwa will tell you a little bit more, but of course, and you guys will see a lot more on February 10th too. When you guys watch the exclusive live, because we're going to watch it with you guys. So I can only imagine what Short Shot has put together. Her husband, Ladaze, is the best. And Trisha is too, of course. And at the end of the day, they change. I'm her number one testimony, and I'm gonna keep saying that, to each his own. But I can say that it just changed my life. The retreat, I know I needed healing, and I got what I needed. You know what I mean? And it's a lifestyle journey. Like my sis Kwa would say, it's not a 9 to 5. So you got to open your mind, look in the mirror, identify that you do need the help. And I don't mind being transparent about saying the word toxic, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So each and every one of us may explain it probably different about being toxic, but I know for a fact I was definitely toxic. So, and I'm released from that.
Listen, admission is the first step to recovery. It's like you have to admit that there's a problem in order to fix the problem. Because we sweep stuff under the rug all the time. So I am so excited to see this series. Like, I'm so excited. I get excited because of you and Benet. Like, y'all, the way y'all talk about it, the experience, it gives me goosebumps because I can see it on your face. And so not everybody can talk about different experiences and come to the healing and actually embrace the brokenness, the toxicity. You have to embrace those things in order to heal. So I am so proud.
Thank you.
I don't know you guys, but I'm so proud of you guys for doing the work, wanting to be better, wanting to heal, going through this journey. And so, Kwamia, did I say your name right, girl?
Yeah, you there. Yeah, you just gotta turn the corner some teeny bit more.
I'm gonna turn a little bit.
Just a little bit. But so I do apologize about that. My ring light acting stupid, but we're gonna review that in the name of Jesus. I didn't use camp. So, but the universe is still aligning. So with my experience in regards to what made me end up doing and beginning the healing journey is because I had a blockage. Something that was blocking me, and so many people, some people do, some people don't. I am a over 15 year domestic violence survivor. And not only that, in regards to that, people always kept telling me, well, girl, it's been over 15 years. That man moved on with his life. You doing so many things. You doing what you got to do to be a great mother, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that those things was true, but at the same time, within me, it still was a blockage. I was surviving, but not living. I was carrying so much unforgiveness, hatred, pain, hurt, anger. I could have just, if I seen him, I could have basically did whatever I probably wanted to do when I cared. But the thing is, like I always even say, that so the hatred I had in me, if I really was a loose goose, I could have been doing some crazy stuff out here in these streets. That's how hurt I was. But knowing the fact I still kept my faith and kept my sanity. But the thing is, I knew that there was still something that was holding me down, holding me back. And again, I was not living. I was just only surviving. And so I knew I had to end up basically finally getting the chains around from my ankles. So what happened was I knew I needed a change. I was praying. And I say, listen, if you're real, as I know you are, you're going to put somebody, you sending somebody, if you got to work with somebody to send somebody to me, which that happening. So I was on one of my soul sisters live, and she mentioned Trisha. From that point, I didn't want to hear nothing else. Give me her name, pin it right here in the comments. And from there, once she did it, I was off that live, went straight into her DMs, and that was a wrap from there. And I knew from that point, I'm like, he's showing up, and the universe is showing up and showing out. And I finally was able to even just to spec on the via Zoom meditation. I felt there. And when she personally came to us and selected us individually and told us that she wanted us to come to this retreat, that was a no-brainer. So I'm like, if I'm getting what I'm getting here, I can just imagine what I'm gonna get coming in the house. And I'm about to be in full-fledged, skin to skin, body to body with this woman, and she's about to do, and knowing the fact she do what she do right here on the Zoom, I'm about to finally be free. And I remember saying this in one of my first interviews, free at last, I'm finally about to be free. And because that's exactly how I felt. Because I felt, again, if any swimmers, if you go underneath water, you hold your breath, and then you finally release, you actually take a exhale and breathe out your mouth. I still was holding my breath that whole time. That's how I was literally walking around life, like if I was literally underwater. So I finally end up basically finally getting free, truly know what forgiveness was, release the hatred, release the anger, release the pain. And I had to do that because my abuser was my son. It was my son's father. So I didn't want to take that animosity, anger, hurt, pain, and all that stuff into me and his relationship. Right. Because people say he looked like me, but if you see his father, he looked like both of us. So it would be easy. And I've seen this happen before, for a mother be like, just to take the anger out on their child because they resemble their father. And that's what I not want to do, because at the end of the day, I had that boy for me. Right. I wanted him to be here. I planned for him to be here. So I wanted to make sure I be the best of myself, because he ain't asked to be here. I brought him into this world. So I had to make that I didn't have any of that resentment or that anger and pain on him, and that we continue to align and elevate to the best relationship that we have to this day.
Right. Oh my God. See y'all, listen. Look, all y'all faces doing the same stuff. Like, oh my God. This is, oh, wow. And just listening to you talking about you had to become free. And I know that it happened. Like it's all over you that it actually happened. So I am thankful that you know, I see ladies that look like me from all walks of life who have gone through some of the things that I've gone through, because I suffered from depression and anxiety as well. And it's hard when you're going through that and nobody understands, or they just say, oh, you'll be all right, sit down somewhere. You know, as a teenager, it was always, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just need to go take a nap. Just go read a book or do something. And then it stays with you because you feel like, wow, no one listens to me. No one is trying to understand where I'm coming from. So the fact that Trisha is one of those people that was an outlet for you guys to open yourselves up, find that problem, confront that problem, and then release that problem, man, that is awesome. So what do you think viewers will gain by watching Soul Sisters?
I'm hoping that they gain some healing of their own. That's really what I did this for. I feel like each and every one of us, no matter your circumstances, financial situation, everyone is dealing with something, and everything is rooted from our childhood, right? And we bring that into our adult years. And I know in our community, in the Black and Brown community, we don't, like you said, we don't speak about this. I remember when I was going through my postpartum, and, you know, I love my parents, but I remember telling my parents, like, I have a supportive husband and I have my kids, but I had just moved from New Jersey to Atlanta. So I didn't have my family. I didn't have my friends. And I remember, it can make me teary-eyed just thinking about it. But I really remember telling my mom, like, wow, like, I need my family. I need somebody. I'm depressed. I don't want to get emotional, but
I mean, it's very emotional and you're being very transparent. And I pray that whoever is listening, who may be going through the same thing, can be healed from your story. So take your time. You know, you're in a safe space. So yeah.
Right. And I just remember being in such a dark place and just telling them that I needed them. And they didn't take it as serious as, you know, they exactly what you said, you know, maybe you just need a rest. Maybe you're not, you know, you're okay. And I remember telling my husband, like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm not okay. No one knew the dark thoughts that were going through my mind. Like, I didn't even want to be here. And then I had 2 babies. So I'm like looking at my kids, trying to find strength in myself to just wake up and do this thing called life. Right. And, it really bothered me that they just, I don't know. And I don't want, like I said, I love my parents, but they didn't see me. And this is what I did this show for, is to be able to see somebody, because I wanted that. I just wanted someone to see me, to see underneath it all what I was going through, and to relate, and just to be that shoulder for me, or just to hear me out, or just understand what I was going through. So this show is more meaningful than anybody can ever imagine for me. This is something that I'm trying to do with purpose, which is much bigger than me.
Right.
I believe that I went through that dark place for a reason. I had to go through that darkness to be able to help others understand it, right? I can't help these women if I didn't go through my own darkness, right?
Absolutely.
And I was in the lowest moment of my life. And I believe it gave me strength. It gave me strength, it gave me wisdom, it gave me courage, it gave me all of that to be able to pass on to the next person. And I remember when I was in that dark place, I didn't understand, like, why is this happening to me? Then I started to realize this is happening for me, because my so much bigger than I thought it was. You know, I was doing radio too. I was a radio personality. And that's why we moved to Atlanta. I was like, you know, I'm going to come to Atlanta, be a radio personality. I'm going to be the hottest thing out here, because I made a name for myself back home in Jersey and New York. So that didn't happen the way I planned it. I got pregnant again, you know, everything just, you know, everything changed for me. Finances is just the most darkest, strugglest moment in my life. And I just couldn't understand. And it's like today, I'm like, wow, that all happened because my purpose was much bigger than I thought it was. Like radio, you know, that it's cool, you know, but the universe and God is saying, girl, I got something way bigger for you. Pay attention, just hold up a little, just, you know, so this, what I hope for somebody who's watching this is for them to say, for me to say, is you are not alone. Absolutely. You are not alone. There's someone just like you going through something. And, you know, each of us have different stories. And you know, someone can relate to my story of being going through postpartum and just depression and just having a 360 all around, because I was not always this person. You know, I was a hothead, just like Sabrina said. I was partying, drinking, just, you know, engaging with men that I had no business to be with, you know, just attracting the wrong men. And I changed my life through spirituality. And I'm just hoping that I can inspire somebody within my story, or just any of the stories that you see here, you hear today. And there's other women too that are not here, so shout out to them.
Right.
But somebody like can just be like, wow,
Mhm.
they're stressed. I see it. I see them, and I want to do that. I want to be just like them. I want to glow how they're glowing right now. So that was really the intent behind. I'm sorry to get so emotional, but when I think
Hey.
about that place I was in, I'm just like, no one, you have to be there to understand it. It's such a dark place, and people take it as a joke, or you know, it's not that serious. And you look at social media, how many people are taking their lives because you're saying it's not that serious. You're not seeing somebody. When people say I'm in a dark place, I'm depressed, take them serious.
Exactly.
Take them serious and understand that they need somebody. They need you to be there. Encourage them, spread love. So that, yeah, that is like the whole what I hope
listen, and I get it, because you know, a lot of people, they don't have that type of mentality because they've never had to go through it. They just brush it off. It's something that they don't want to deal with. So they bury it down. So when it do come up, it hits so hard and they don't know how to get through it. And so, you know, I tell my clients all the time, storms will come, but it's not until you learn to dance in the rain that you will get through them. So it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to open up, but I'm a firm believer that we have to have that strong support system and know who to be vulnerable with, because being vulnerable with the wrong person can set you back like 10 times or farther, because if they're not open, if they're not listening to hear and understand what you're going through instead of judgment or waiting to talk to tell you it's not that exactly, it's not that serious. How do you know? You're not me. I'm expressing myself to you. If you're not going to take it seriously, then we don't need to talk. And that goes for anybody. Like that goes for anybody.
That's really what made me want to do all of this, is because I just wanted a me in my life. You know, when I see those women and I'm connecting with each and every one of them, like, I don't know if they know this, but like I gave them everything. Like every bit of my attention was focused on them. When they told me what they were going through, I didn't take it lightly. I took it where it's like, how can I help them? How can I guide them? How can I let them see what I see in them? Because that's really what it is, right?
Right.
You know, and sometimes when you're in that dark place, you're not seeing what everyone else is seeing. You're seeing a whole different version of you. But I just wanted to show them that I see you. I see you. And I'm here for you. And I'm not judging you. I'm here giving you a safe spot that you can communicate, and we can do this together as sisters. And when we walk away, I'm not going to be talking about you. I'm not. Right. That's what it is, right? We walk away and then you're like, oh, did you hear what she said? Da-da-da. This is not that. We literally gathered together and became sisters. And this is not just for the show, because we filmed the show about almost a year ago. We still talk every day. Great rise in Texas, motivation. When someone is down, we hold each other accountable. We are really a genuine sisterhood. And I just want to spread that message, you know, going forward.
And we need that as women. We need to have a strong support system that's going to, you know, stand by us when we're at our lowest, hold each other up when we can't hold ourselves, pray, laugh, cry, whatever. We need that. And I don't think we have it enough. And if I'm being honest, when it comes to women, it's all about competition or pitting each other against each other, colorism and all this kind of stuff. So I commend you. I'm thankful that you created the show. I'm thankful for having you guys on my platform. You know, y'all giving me a lot to think about when it comes to my own healing, because, you know, we all have to heal from something, and I'm still working through some of mine. I won't talk about it on the air, but yeah. I might be reaching out. I might be reaching out to you.
Yes, girl, please do, because people don't understand. Like, I think the whole certified life coach sometimes make people think that I'm this Mother Mary, just life is perfect over here. And I'm like, no. Do not let that title get to your head. Like, no, I'm an onion. I peel one layer, I heal, I rip that one layer. Guess what happens? There's a whole nother trigger that pops up. It's just, I have the tools to ground myself, to remember that, like you said, the storm shall pass. This is an emotion. And I have to feel the emotion if I want it to go away. If I suppress it, I'm not doing any justice to myself. But I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. And it's a lifestyle. It is not, it's just like working out, taking care of your body, taking care of your soul is a lifestyle. You have to do this every day, because there's days that I wake up and I'm just not feeling good at all.
Right.
I'm a human being, right? We're all having human experiences, but you just have to understand, like, you have to be strong enough. And this is why meditation and all the, having a life coach or a therapist or just even a friend there with support, a support system can help you, remind you like, hey, it's just, you're just having a day. Tomorrow's
just a day.
Day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would like to hear from one of the ladies. Do you believe that all women can benefit from having an experience such as Soul Sisters?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
No question. No doubt about it. I mean, but they have to be willing to be open to do it. I thought I knew it all, honestly. I always had a rebuttal for every damn thing. And my mother would tell you I was her problem child. You know, she was a prayer warrior. She always prayed for me, but I fell in love with my parents' worst habits. You know, my mom loved my dad. They came from a different country, so that's all she knew. But my father had an alcohol problem. He's a stroke survivor now. Thank God he's still alive. And our family, we're closer than we ever were before. And I can say I was one of the ones that kind of, I was the one that opened my mouth about it to help my mom. And then the girls don't really know this. I never really expressed that part of that. So in regards to it, I just kind of like, I fell in love with it because my father was violent when he was drinking at that time. And so my mom holding on to her prayer life, if that makes sense, holding on to God and everything else, things change. And then each and every one of us, I'm a sister of 7 girls. So just so that you know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
oh, wow.
So, you know, having my mom, not only did Trish come in, but like I have both of them. So when things aren't really right, like I can get mom to like touch and agree, let's pray about this. But then I have Trish to calm my Black behind down.
Right.
Because I can act a fool out here in these streets, right?
Yeah,
so
we don't need you doing that.
No, we don't need to do that. And like I said, women could definitely benefit, because someone who's hearing me right now may be that girl. Right. I see it a lot. Like, and no offense to any woman that's listening to me, but we got the young girls out there listening to city girls and thinking that doing all of that is all good. You feel me? And it's really not. And I needed to tap into a higher version of myself. And I hope whoever's listening to me, male or female, will want to do the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, y'all.
When
the
it
girls
comes to
people need to definitely tap into this. This is everybody is genuine. We love one each other. Well, we really don't get that. Like I have 4 sisters, and we all are very close. That's how my mom, raised us to be close. We want to stick together. And I'm like Sabrina said, the problem child. That was me.
Wow.
I'm always out. That was listen. If Renee could go out every day, she would be outside. Okay. Yeah. But once I had my daughter, and I'm just like, you gotta calm down. I mean, I still kind of turned up a little bit, because once I was like, oh, I'm single, I'm going outside. I'm gonna, I'm always in the house, but I'm not go outside and mingle. But I mean, it's not all about that all the time. You still have to be a parent. You still want to, But yes, I recommend anyone who's out there listening, please, if you need the healing, get the healing. What you want, you really have to want to do the work, because it took me a long time. Even when we got to the house and we were doing, you'll see on the show, but we were doing.
Don't tell none of the show.
No, I'm not telling, but it was the scene where we had to talk out. We had to talk. And I was just like, ask Trisha. She's like, you know what, Vinay, I'm going to go first. Remember, it took me a while. I was like, wait a minute, wait. I didn't want to talk. Like, I knew we were here for the same stuff, but I'm like, wait, let me hear somebody else's story first, then I go next.
I don't want to go first. Yeah.
Well, let me feel the energy first. Hold on one second.
See, that would be me. I have to feel the energy. That would be me.
We always did for the same reason. Then it was so easy for you to tell your story, because nobody is judging you. Nobody is judging you on, what's going on, because we was all there for the same thing, the similar story. So it was just like, It was a bomb. You had a blast. I was listening. Season 2. I'm telling you.
Listen,
you need
I
to be
cannot
there.
listen. I cannot wait to watch. I cannot wait to watch. And I'll be like, oh, they were on my show. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is what she was talking about. Okay.
Yes.
When it comes to healing and going through the process of being a part of Soul Sisters, what is one thing that each of you ladies can tell someone who's listening that they can do to start that process?
We mainly just answered that previously. Basically, you have be ready for one. You have 1, be ready. 2, want it. And then 3, know that it's going to be an emotional roller. You're gonna have some highs, some lows, some ups, some downs, some ins and some outs. But it's okay, because that's the journey. So when you're going through that, that's actually the journey. Because when you go through that high, when you complete that low, and when you finish that up, you gonna, at the end of that tunnel, you gonna be like, damn,
I made it.
That's amazing. Like, you gonna feel like you grew an inch.
Yeah.
Like your now, your stance is a little more taller. Your back is more straight. Your back is a little more, perfect. Like,
your glow is lit.
You start
absolutely
to those, like, even though Trish say peeling back the onion, but with the healing journey, you add in the elevation of the blocks to who you are, because you actually finding out and seeing the best version of yourself, and your walk become different. You start to see clearly. So absolutely. So want it, believe it, and be ready for it.
Absolutely. Love that.
You will definitely gain the clarity over the confusion that you're probably living in right now. The prison that you're like, the prison that you're living in your mind. Like, I mean, Trish knows I used to overanalyze stuff, always questioning myself, like, is this right? Am I doing this right? Is this right? And I still probably do it, but then I'm like, nah, like, you gain a sense of confidence dealing with Trish. I mean, and maybe dealing with you too, KeKe, because you're a certified life coach as well, but I can only speak from the experience I've been getting.
Absolutely.
Right? And at the end of the day, when you see the show, if you saw the trailer, like, I hope you can see the difference between each and every one of our faces, because it's like, is that me? Because I be looking at myself like, is that really you, Brina? Like, damn. Like, Trish got a song like, wonder why I shine, that's the glow. Hey, that's the glow, that's the glow. And you really will listen to her songs. Like, she got beautiful songs out too, on all platforms that, like, you can really listen to.
I did not know that.
And, like, who knows? Trish probably got some more testimonies out there because her song is out there. You understand what I'm saying? That nobody, they're probably like, where is this girl at?
The song.
So I have a song called Glow. I have a song called Meditate. I have a couple songs out there on every streaming platform. My husband, shout out to my husband. I'm signed to Empire, which is one of the biggest labels there. He put me, I did one song and I was already signed, and I'm like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. Like, I'm just doing this. But, Sabrina, to answer that, it is, what's really amazing is people in jail are buying Meditate off JPay. My husband one day was like, who you know in jail? I'm like, I don't know nobody in jail. He's like, why you got all these sales from jail? And I'm like, I don't know, but I hope that I'm starting a movement in there because they need it the most. Yes. And it's a song, but it's also a guided meditation. So definitely check it out. It's on every platform: iTunes, Spotify, Pandora.
I'm about to hit you up. I wrote it down. Listen, because I'm all about that. Right. Like, when I'm certified in meditation as well, but I'm like, that guided meditation changed my life. Like, I tell anybody, I meditate every day in the shower. Sometimes I could just be, editing a podcast and I'm meditating. It changed my life. So I get it. I get it. Not everybody wants to try it though. I have come across people.
I don't know why I was judged, but from the church community for that. And I actually had to let my family know, no names, but I had to let her know, like, until you can actually come and see what I'm doing, don't judge it. And it's guided. So don't think that and like how you go to churches, you can't let everybody put their hands on you because you don't know what they really got going on that they transferring onto you.
Yeah, you better.
I learned that the hard way. Like the church people contact my family now wondering how we doing. We good, like we're great. Like trials and tribulations may come our way, but we're withstanding every single thing that comes at us, if that makes sense. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody I can go and meditate with. That's why I reached out to Trish. And I'm just so like, it's a blessing. It's a big blessing to see all of these girls, all these women that came and was just open-minded and who really needed it. And I could see all of their glow. Like, you get what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
definitely.
And there's another too as well. Why? Okay, so also people who probably hesitate. It's like you finding a therapist. You want to end up interviewing, going through a couple of them before you find the right one.
Right.
So you may not connect the alignment, the energy, the vibration may not be there. So, but don't give up because that person you are not aligning with. Then try another one. But it's just the fact that I was just blessed, and I didn't pick her. She was sent to me, and all I did was I prayed. I heard the answer. She came through someone else when I was on one of my sister's lives, and that he did that. And at the end of the day, he works through people.
Exactly.
You know, may not get it right there when you want it, but he's right there on time.
When you need it.
He may not come straight to you. He's going to work through somebody else to get to you,
right,
or get you what you ask for, what you need. But also the thing is, and it was so crazy that how I hear my sister Sabrina always saying about how the church people, and this could be a whole different podcast, and I don't want to take it, but how the church people. And I was in bed one time because I know my sister, she says this every time. And I'm glad that she's consistent to repeat this so it could finally get into the church people's head that is guided meditation. Not only that, at the same time, what I feel, the chakras, the energy, the aura, the heartbeat, the drum, isn't that some of the same things? If you read the Bible, same thing in the universe of what I'm kind of confused, church people.
You know what? I find that people.
Not my podcast, so I'm not.
I find that a lot of people put their mouths on stuff that they don't understand. Yes. And they're so set in their ways because they don't want to step out of tradition, quote unquote. So don't knock what somebody else is doing, especially if it's not causing any harm to anybody. Just let it be.
Yes. And another thing, we always judge ourselves. Like I overheard someone on their live recently, and they were talking, they're God-fearing, and they were like being so hard on themselves. And I was just like, and I'm listening to myself say it to myself out loud because I'm hearing Trish in my ear on one side. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. Why you like I used to stress out about, I gotta post today, Trish. I'm so anxious. I need it. Like, it was like, if you don't calm down and just be let the creative, let it flow.
Let it flow.
Let it just flow. And you just be like acting like, and I'm not, like we said, we're not saying that we live in a oh my gosh, life, but I'm free. Like I'm free from all of the pain, all of the, and people see it. I had people reach out to me like, yo, you're radiating. Like, you don't I don't know if you know this, but I just wanted to make sure I let you know. I'm like, oh, thank you. I thank God, like stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not to act like because we say great rising and grand rising, you want to judge me for it. I'm sorry, because I'm not mourning every day.
Exactly.
Sorry.
That part.
Go ahead, sis. I love it. I love it. There's nothing wrong with, we're just trying to feed in positivity into your subconscious, right?
But and that goes back to the mindset of people want to be hypocrites. You don't stop talking about stuff you don't know. If you want to know what that means, go to someone and ask. But everybody don't explain it the way that it's supposed to be explained, because for every good there is an evil. So be careful with that. But listen, I got crystals in my office. Listen,
who you telling?
Love them. I pray over them. Look, I cleanse them and all this kind
And
of
she
stuff.
taught
So,
us that too. And I didn't know nothing about crystals. Like, you know, and then at one point, like I remember hearing my younger sisters, all the young folk, when we used to be in church, and then we used to ask the apostle, is it okay for us to wear an owl? Is it okay for us to wear this? Is it okay? And I'm like, we really asking that? Like, we really would ask that. Like, and June, shout out to our chef June. She could attest to what I'm talking about. And Kwame too, probably. We used to have to wear skirts down to our ankles just to go to church because we were curvy women.
Nope.
I found that really annoying. Like, my cousins used to get judged because they wore high heels so high. They thought I'm like, that's what they wanted to wear. Like, I can't wear high heels. I gotta wear flats because I'm not needed flat foot and pigeon toe. But let my sis, let her rock. Like, you know, and I didn't like that. They judged too much. And I'm like, you're not
supposed
God.
to become as you are.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what I teach them is I always tell them with every session, people who are judging is just projecting what's going on inside of them onto you. And
Absolutely.
when you judge someone else, you're judging yourself because we're each a reflection of each other, right? So it's like, you can't even, if anybody is listening and you are dealing with judgment, just know, you know, don't even feed into it, because that's another thing. We have energy vampires that they want you to combat them. They want you to rebuttal what they say. They want a piece of that energy, and they'll do anything to get it. They'll trigger you. And once you start to stand
it's my new book.
There you go, right?
Oh, what?
Yes, exactly. Like, once you start to, like, all of these women here, you can't get a piece of our energy unless we invite you. Period.
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't been a part of the show, but I have that mentality.
You
already.
are a soul sister already, girl. What you talking about?
I'm good. I tell people all the time, stop giving energy to stuff you don't have no control over. People gonna be people. And if they to the point where they judging you and don't know you or your situation, not trying to help you, those are not your people. Your vibe will attract your tribe. And I'm a firm believer in that. So
just be you, and be you authentically and unapologetic. Do what makes you happy, and you will attract more happiness into your life. And those people will just start to fade effortlessly. You won't even have to like cancel them. They cancel themselves out, you know? And like you said, your tribe will appear. And this right here, this is our tribe. And we're trying to get big enough to invite more people like-minded like us to join our tribe.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and folks going to be falling up because they don't understand. You can't stay in somebody's space when that spirit, you know, is different. You can't be in people's space like that. It's just not going to happen. It's not.
We're too divinely protected for that. It's our energy, our aura is too strong, especially when we're together. And you'll see when you watch the show, you'll see like it was a magical energy. Like, I know most people ask, oh, you guys had no drama. And I'm like, no, I chose these women based off of energy, and our energy was so strong there that it was just, we were radiating to the point that when you watch it, you're going to be like, I feel that. I can imagine how it was there because I feel it through the show.
Hey, listen, I feel it through this Zoom. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, all y'all, it's
thank God.
Y'all see, I'm speechless, and look, I like to talk, so I'm like, no words. I love this.
I want to say this real quick because since we touching on it in regards to, because I feel like when people sit there and they try to come for you in some type of way, that because they see your light, they see the light, and they try to dim your light. And the thing is, let me tell you something. Like what Brenda said when she got her mom for this side and Trisha on the side and her ear or whatever. My thing is, that's the same thing with me, because I had a recent experience. I was on a panel that went too long, and at the same time, I'm like, should I allow this person to sit there and run me off? Or what I'm going to do is smile bigger, laugh louder, because what it is, he's mad.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did, because at the end of the day, I always told myself that I'm going to always remove myself out of the room, but I wasn't in the room with him, but I could have left the stream. But the thing, I was invited. So my perspective was very important to the person who invited me. But at the end of the day, people will see, and then especially me running down your accolades, that's another thing. People will hear your accolades, they would see your light shining, they would dim it. because just like Trisha said, people do that because it's something within them that in you that they probably want. And he probably wanted within me, and he's struggling and don't know where to go and how to get it.
Absolutely.
It's like when you're in a dark room for so long, right? And someone opens the curtains, you're like, like you're blinding me. It's like that darkness don't want that bright aura, and you were blinding him, sis.
Right.
But you know, like the glow, like my song, put some sunglasses on if I'm too bright. That's your problem.
Listen. I think we kindred souls, because I say that if you shine it too bright, hand them some sunglasses, give them to him and put them on, because I'm not gonna dim my shine.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Right, absolutely. But listen, ladies, this has been a great episode. I thank you for coming to kick it with me. And in the honor of Black History Month, I'm gonna ask you guys some one question, and it's just a little fun thing. So, shout out your favorite character from a Black movie in honor of Black History Month. I'll go first. I'm gonna shout out Smokey from Friday. That was my boy. So shout out to Smokey this Black History Month. Gotcha.
I'm gonna shout out Dag. You know, I don't know if somebody's gonna do it, but I'm gonna shout out Michael Blackson. I don't know why, but I'm gonna shout him out. Now that's my Liberian brother. He's definitely always been like dope to me, and I just love his energy. I like him. Shout out to
I'm gonna do Oprah from The Color Purple. Sis, you already know that's me and Sabrina's movie. And also she's a role model. She's an inspiration, you know. But me and Sabrina, when we watch that movie, we know it's supposed to be serious, but that's our movie.
Yes, listen, you have to laugh through some of the stuff that we go through and some of the stuff she went through. Because listen, hey, Miss Sophia wasn't playing around.
Right.
She wasn't.
Too hot for the beat.
Right.
Don't start, Sabrina.
Okay.
I'm a shout out to Taraji. That's my girl. I love her. Taraji be instant, honey.
And she got girl.
So
like
many.
She got what's her name?
Too.
She got Cookie and she got Yvette.
Yes.
So many.
Yes, you got that Yvette down.
Yes.
Right now, BET, shout out to BET Black Entertainment Television. They right now playing every movie TJ is in, like TP, she's the bomb. Like, but I gotta give that to her too. I gotta say shout out to Roger P. Henson, especially to TBJ. Her hair product is what you know, the girl boy. All that you products. But I also need to shout out to the baddest chick in the game besides Jennifer Lewis. But we gotta give shout out to Angela Bassett. That scene and
What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yeah, and she had that cigarette, the car baby.
And Waiting to Exhale.
Yes. Listen, she's been young in every movie. I'm like, what is this girl using on her skin? Because she's in everything, and the same age in every movie.
And it's like the older she gets, the younger she looks.
Right.
And she's 63 years old.
That was a good one, Q. That was really a good one.
Was, yeah. That was like, ma'am, do you know that there's a fire burning in front of your house? Yes. Did you set the fire?
But I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get one more. I mean, I have to give it to Medea all day. Tyler Perry.
Okay, Tyler Perry.
That's so funny. I was thinking that too. I was thinking
if I thought you were gonna say it.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
I love. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
He definitely got to talk about because he definitely put what goes on in our community with depression, mental health,
everything,
abuse, every single thing when it comes to the body of the anatomy of man and woman, relationships, marriages, everything. He put it on the screen and he dared to not let nobody tell him that he couldn't, that this man created his own damn studio.
Shout out to Tyler Perry. Shout out to Tyler. Yes.
Absolutely. You know, my favorite movie is Daddy's Little Girl. That was
that's the best.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, and how can we forget Idris Elba?
Yes. Oh,
Idris.
he killed
And
it.
he
Oh
married
my-
somebody named Sabrina, but it ain't me.
And y'all know he's British, right? So like he
Right.
plays an American so well.
He does.
Yes,
he
he
does.
plays.
He
He's
And
a
he's
good.
African.
Oh my god.
And you know what's funny? I didn't even know he was British until one time in his interview, and I was
Right.
like, oh,
No, but he's African though. His background is African. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
man is playing an American accent too well that I never knew that he was British.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
He's good.
I just wanted to throw that in there, just because we
Good
could get a little
question.
heavy at times. We could get a little heavy, so bring some humor and just throw some love for our people. Listen,
Absolutely.
thank you, ladies, again for coming to kick with me tonight. I have enjoyed this so much. I cannot wait for listeners to listen and tune in. For everybody that's going over to YouTube, y'all get to see the behind the scenes and all of the laughter, the tears, and stuff like that. If you listening, you ain't gonna see all that. So listen and then come on to YouTube so you can see everybody. Because it's nothing like putting a face to the voices. So that's why I post to both platforms. But yeah, before we get out, is there any closing remarks you like to say? Like anything that you would like listeners to know about the upcoming live? Tell everybody about that. Like plug it a little bit so we could tune in and
Absolutely.
break the internet with this.
So February 10th, we are having an exclusive watch party on Facebook Live. This is going to be the premiere because it's actually not even dropping yet. I'm just giving you guys the first look, February 10th. So you have to be there. If not, you're going to have to wait because we're not releasing it until February 23rd. And that's not even set in stone yet. So if you want to be the first to watch it, along with the girls of the cast, the beautiful ladies of Soul Sisters, this is going to be their first time watching it too. So come join us. February 10th at 9 p.m. on Facebook Live. Go follow at Soul Sisters Reality Show. Follow myself at Trisha Marie if you're ever interested in life coaching. And the good thing about me is I'm like a friend. I try, like, yes, I'm a certified life coach, but I try to be your friend. So it's a different vibe. If you want to meditate, definitely hit me up as well. Shout out to my husband, Ladize, and my company, Sure Shot Company, because if it wasn't for them, you guys wouldn't have anything to watch February 10th. Okay. So KeKe, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for having us. This is day 25 of our press tour, and you were the first to cry. Just letting you know. Yeah. This is the first time. I don't think any of the other ladies this is their first time seeing me really break down a little bit more and in depth. So something about your energy made me feel safe enough to do that.
I was just about to say that. So, it's the energy. It's the safe space.
Thank you so much. And shout out to all of my soul sisters out there. I'm very, very excited. So definitely stay tuned. February 10th at Soul Sisters Reality Show. Check us out.
Absolutely. Any of you ladies would like to say anything before we go ahead and get off?
You could just follow me on Instagram at Iam.SEBRENA, Sabrina. And you could follow my business page, Curves Beauty _LLC. And I'm a New Jersey realtor. So shout out to One Stop Realty Shop if you need anything with land, commercial, or residential needs. Holla at your girl.
And you can follow your girl, Bené, at I am Bené Michelle on Instagram. Oh, Lord. I am Bené on Instagram. And then you can follow me on Twitter as Bené973. And then on Facebook is Bené Michelle. And yes, listen, all the listeners that's out there, please get into Trisha, okay? She is thebomb.com. I love her to death. And I'm a girl from Newark. So listen, if you know, then you know. Listen, meditation, whatever makes you happy, but please listen to the meditation. It got me out of that dark space. If you watch the YouTube, you can see this beautiful glow. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So I definitely want to say thank you so much, KeKe, for accepting the invitation and allow us to be able to share our story within the power that we stand within our story to your viewers. And what I do want to say to the viewers before I give my handles is that there is a light at the end of your tunnel. Pain does not last forever. It's temporary. Right. And when you're ready, know that there's a place out here for you and that there's a tribe that's ready for you. All you got to do is DM Trisha Marie on the Instagram, Facebook, and or you don't want to DM her and you feel connected to one of the sisters to be able to get through to her, you could be able to reach out to us as well. At the end of the day, we still in line. The connection still will go through her and to her. But definitely follow your girl Q at Pillow Talk with the T podcast. At all major platforms on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, all that good sugar. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will be turning back on March 3rd for amazing, beautiful season 4, which is elevating to a whole different elevation and element. I'm just can't wait to show you guys what I have in store. Also, know that I have another show that's called Brown Sugar Divas Talk, which is real talk dipped in brown sugar with my from Red Lipstick Vibes podcast, Ty, that's a spirit sister. Also, Sharice is another spirit sister of mine from Grown Ass Folk podcast. So check us out. We will be returning back soon. So subscribe to the Instagram page and the YouTube channel. Turn the notifications on, because one thing about the Brown Sugar Diva Talk, ladies, is that with the divas talk, the real divas, we end up popping on anytime, whenever something hit our diva chocolate spirit. So you just don't know when we gonna come. So I definitely, then also I'm on all major platforms. And so even just to name a few, Amazon, iHeart, Pandora, and all that good stuff. So definitely can't see you guys soon. Yes. And also, make sure, please go follow Soul Sisters reality show, as Patricia has said it, but I still want to say it because my spirit is leading me to do it. So, but that, and then come do with us, because you guys gonna see the real, true, authentic, natural our reaction of us seeing ourselves, and you be able to ask us questions. Like, when did you ever get to be able to watch a show and actually be there with the cast and actually say, damn, I wish I would be able to ask her why she did that or what made her feel this way? And you are actually have the opportunity. So please don't miss that February 9th at 9 p.m. Facebook Live.
February 10th.
February 10th at 9 p.m. Check your local listing for your time zone. Thank you.
Yes.
All
right, ladies. Again, thank you for kicking it with KeKe. It has been a pleasure. I wish this show much success. I will be tuned in with you guys, so I cannot wait until the 10th. And we just gonna kick it, because guess what? The podcast episode airs the same day. So yeah. And listen, that was like I had it down for February, but I was like, you know what? Let me switch some stuff around, and that way it can air on the 10th right before the premiere. So,
Oh,
thank you.
Yes. All right.